Because if you have a good practice in Chicago, and you're a specialist, and we know what health says in America, and you decide to put all that aside and serve your motherland, then it is important that we recognize the Honorable Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, our own Dr. Lausa. You're welcome. Yes.
All right, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have a few more recognitions to make as we go on. May I also specially appreciate and welcome
Justice. Okay. All right, I'll help you. Justice Adekeye, who is a retired Justice of Supreme Court, today representing the AWI of Ado-Ekiti. You're welcome, sir. Thank you so very much. Yes, okay, all right. I also want to say that everyone, please, I'd like to emphasize on that so we don't waste too much time. The resource people are here themselves, and proudly, I'm Kwaran, so proudly, I would say it's my brother here who is going to be one of the resource persons. Okay, when he comes, I would duly recognize him for all that is needed. I have a long list of about 100 very important people that I need to recognize. And certainly, we can't waste all the morning recognizing everyone. The beautiful women of Nigeria, you are all very, very welcome. Can we have it all up for all the beautiful women in this hall? Thank you so, so very much. Thank you. Well, another governor has just come in. He's in the Senate now. Please recognize the former governor of Ogun State, His Excellency. You're welcome, sir. I want the applause to be loud. So, yes. Yes, we have people from the education sector, from the academia, from the Justice Department, honorable ministers here present, a whole list of people. But I know that at some point we'll have to recognize you for the roles and role that you'll be playing. I can see some very young Nigerians here. They're the hope for us. Can I please have you all standing? All the young people in the hall? Young people in the hall who wants to be like Professor? Okay, all right. Thank you. Please, let's give them a very loud round of applause. They are the future of this great country. Any other name that we've missed out? Okay, all right, so, okay, yes. Okay. We'll just continue with a whole lot of recognitions as soon as, but most importantly, I'm so proud of the daughters and sons, the children of the author. I think they deserve a very, very loud round of applause. Putting this together, that's not loud enough. As mothers and fathers, we always pray that our children will do better with us, yes, than us, okay? Okay, we have to start the program properly, and I always have a little thought of what today would be like. I'll search through these hundreds of papers that are here for, yeah. Can we please move that out? Thank you. So, Your Excellencies, all very, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and of course, women. In the life of every nation, education of its generation is crucial and must never be handled with levity. From colonial times, we as a nation have had so many policies in the education sector, all of which did not quite yield as great a promise on implementation. Of course, there must have been underlining, some say politics, some thoughts said intrigues, others said maneuvers, which tended to derail or at least distract from the envisioned impact. Today, by the special grace of God, we get an insider's view on this to chart a better course for the posterity of our generations now in and in the future. Our scholar author of today unveils it all as an academic exercise and, of course, putting the social system right. So sharing knowledge with us in a large-hearted move to enlighten, empower, and enhance our understanding of our educational system. I therefore enjoin all of us, Your Excellencies, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, that today we would give a listening ear to what could happen and what will happen as we unveil this book for a better tomorrow. Mujima Conchola, and I thank God for the grace to be part of today's history. Thank you so much. Our next program, next on the agenda, we would now call on Baba's opening remarks. Chairman, oh sorry, before you have the chairman of the committee, Professor Aziz Olanio, who would please welcome all of us formally before Baba speaks to us. Prof. Professor Aziz Olanio. Thank you. Shall we welcome him warmly, please?
Your Excellency, the Governor of Ekiti State, Biodun Abayomi Oyebanji, the Minister of State for Health, Dr. Alausa, Your Excellencies, the former of Ekiti, Osun, and Ogun States, and presence of Otunbani Adebayo, Dr. Karade Fayemi, and by Her Excellency, Professor MODUPE ADEOLA ADELABU, the former governor of Ekiti State, person of Ekiti State Universal Basic Education Board, a consultant to numerous education-focused agencies, and a retired, but obviously not tired, professor of education administration at Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife. Book launch is a celebration of academic excellence, a testimony to intellectual accomplishment, and an avenue to bring awareness to a book for the benefit of critical stakeholders and the general reading public. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it was General Ibrahim Babangida who said, with each book, the march of our national history takes a step forward. When one is present at a book launch, one is bearing witness to the birth of a new body of ideas, to the coming into being of another testimony of history. Today, we are gathered here to bear witness to the birth of a body of ideas beautifully weaved by Professor ADEOLA ADELABU. In the pages of this book, we will find a collection of history and unassailable facts about basic education in Nigeria. Well, it is not only a rendition of history, it contains practical ideas on how to bring basic education to every Nigerian child. The book goes beyond the realm of theoretical postulations to practical realities on how to arrive at success in the area of basic education provisioning. This makes the book an asset to our nation state. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, your presence here today underlines the respect you have for Professor ADELABU and your fidelity to the very essence of books and what they symbolize. Again, I thank you for gracing this occasion. I hope you enjoy the rest of the event. Thank you and God bless.
We thank you very much, Chairman of the Planning Committee. Can we please give him another round of applause? He has established the protocol. I was waiting for that because he had a longer list. But please, when you come to speak, you can decide to stand on existing protocols so that we don't waste much time with the protocols. Thank you so much, sir. We are expecting our special guest of the day, and so I will skip Baba. Baba, I'll skip you for now, so that, so that when he comes, the chairman can address us. But we pay a lot of respect to protocol in this country, and we pay a lot of respect to our traditional institution. And so let's have the blessing of the traditional institution as I invite Your Royal Majesty, Oba Adejugbe Aladesomi III, to please come to the microphone. Or do we bring the microphone to, yes, okay. I understand that a woman, ma'am, okay, will be speaking. I need to take directive from
this good message. I apologize on his behalf because he ought to be here. But at this time in Ado-Ekiti, we have a very important festival, the Udiroko. We call it Udiroko. This festival takes us back to our origin. It takes us back to our roots. So we attach great importance to it. And it usually comes up annually at the 3rd week of August. And by tradition, the area of Ado-Ekiti is prohibited. He cannot travel out of town at that time. That is why he's here. Now, I will want to link our princess. Maybe we don't know that she's also a princess. The professor is a princess of the Adejugbe ruling house, Adejugbe Aladesomi ruling house of Ado-Ekiti. So the Ewi of Ado-Ekiti, the current Ewi, is properly and rightful the father of the day and her own father. The song of the Ewi today, because he's very happy, is giving glory to God for the great things he has done to the family. Great things God has done to Ekiti State. Great things God has done to womanhood. Great things God has done to Nigeria as a whole. He appreciates God's gifts of this lady who is here today. A dream come true. And then we are all rejoicing. We are all rejoicing today because of this achievement. And it is our prayer that God will continue to give you the spirit of excellence to even write more, to be of useful service to the world in the area and field of education. Now, don't let me skip what I should have done, because before talking, I'll say anything. I should have recognized everybody here, most of the people here. But I know our, what is it, ADEOLA has done that. But I cannot do without doing that, because the Eye of Ado-Ekiti is here, but I'm the Eye of Ado-Ekiti, and I'm the spokesperson for the palace. That is why I'm here standing here before you to convey the Ewi's message. We have to recognize all our people here, the Ekitis here, and thank you for coming here. And the royal blessings goes to everybody here for this occasion, where we recognize, give honor to all our governors, the Ekiti State governors. We recognize all the governors here. We recognize our Papa. Papa, I should have started with you, sir. We recognize you, and we thank you for coming. The chief launcher, the other dignitaries, everybody who are here, we recognize all of you, and we thank you for leaving your tight schedule to attend this ceremony. And then, as I said, it is a great occasion for us in Ado-Ekiti. We are celebrating this, and we congratulate you, the current governor, because this is a pride to you. The lady is a pride to Ekiti, being even the former deputy governor of Ekiti. A pride to us, a pride to the women, a pride to the women. We have to emulate her. The young ones here, you have to emulate her. Please emulate her. Thank you very much. We thank everybody. And we is sending his blessings again to everybody. We thank you for coming. Thank you very much. Somebody has to help me to get down from there.
Thank you, my lord. Can we invite the strong DSS men to come and help her down the stairs? Thank you. Please put your hands together for. We appreciate you, ma'am. Thank you for those words. Very reassuring. So, especially appreciate and welcome the former Speaker of the House of Representatives, now the celebrated Chief of Staff to the President. May I especially welcome Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila. You're welcome. A few other quick recognitions. May I especially appreciate our royal father who's seated. He's one of the earliest to come in here today. The Oluyin of Royal Majesty Kabiyesi Oba Adeni Ajakaye Adeola. You're welcome, sir. May I also especially appreciate Professor Olu Aina. You're welcome. Thank you very much. We have Dr. Sukpo Olusi, the Managing Director of Bank of Industry, and other members of his entourage here present. Please put your hands together for them. Here is here with Bank of Industry Executive Directors. That's to show how serious this is to them and how willing they are to work with us. Also with us here, we have the Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, Engineer Felix Omashola Ogbe. Please put your hands together for him. Thank you. Thank you very much. May I especially appreciate the voice of the Ekiti people, the Honorable, very much for the honor.
Again, I would quickly like to put this in true perspective. What we have with us, His Royal Highness, the Oluyin of Inyekiti, Oba Adeola Ajakaye. Your Royal Highness, you're welcome, sir. The Eye Showroom of Ado-Ekiti, Olori Adejuba, is also here with us, ma'am. Thank you very much. We are moving on now. At this point, we'll take a goodwill message from the, moving on quickly. You'd understand with me, sir, if I have to go through my papers all the time, because we have dignitaries here and everyone is important. Yes. Next, we want to call on Chief Pius Akinyelure, sir, for his goodwill message. Please, let's welcome all our speakers very, very warmly. Thank you. Or do I need to serve Ekiti pounded yam here this morning? All right, sir.
Our royal father, and I will say, in order to save time, I stand on the existing protocols. Today is a unique day in the life of our sister, Professor MODUPE ADELABU, in the sense that in our society today, education is very, very key and important. We all embrace education, and we want to extend it to our children and children's children. I feel particularly happy to have all of you here, and I want to thank you for coming to take part in the launch of this book, which I'm sure we will all find very, very useful. Although the details of the book have not been discussed, but I will recommend that at the end of the day, we all pick a copy by the time we're going home. Certainly, there will be something new you will pick up. And I equally believe that education is a continuing process. And we still need a lot of education. We still need to talk more to our kids. We want to be sure everyone is educated, because there's always a kind of price to it at the end of the day. What we are witnessing today also is a reward of education. the book, if he had not embraced education, what we have here today. I would therefore advise that with education, very, very important in our life. And I pray that at the end of this lecture or this lunch, we will all go home with something new. Talk too much. I want to say in terms of knowing more or know a little bit more about education. I sincerely advise, as I said before, that we try to pick a copy of this book by the time we depart. Thank you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, for listening. Thank you.
We thank you very much, sir. And Ben has the next item on the agenda. A few recognitions we'd like to...
Well, today it's a celebration of right tea. She said, what kind of tea would you want? We have Ceylon tea, Indian tea, herbal tea, Karicho tea, gold tea, bush tea, and green tea. I said, okay, give me Ceylon tea. She said, how do you want it, white or black? I said, white. She said, with milk or fresh cream? I said, milk. She said, goat milk, cow milk? I said, cow milk. She said, Friesland cow, Africana cow? I said, do you have African cow? She said, yes. But what would you like it with, sweetener, sugar, or honey? I said, sugar. She said, bee sugar or cane sugar? I said, cane sugar. She said, white, brown, or yellow sugar? I said, please, about the tea. Just give me a glass of water. And she said, you want water? I said, yes. She said, mineral, tap, or distilled water? I said, mineral. She said, flavored or non-flavored? I said, leave the water also. I think I'll just get a tumbler and fill it myself. And she said, what kind of tumbler do you want? What kind of glass do you want? Do you want a wine glass, a tumbler, a beer mug? I said, leave it also. I'll swallow saliva. Life brings us to this point where we celebrate ourselves and celebrate the people around us. So today is really about celebration. And at this point, I want to appeal to us that we, for those who want us to put our hands together, especially for the author, for doing great, a masterpiece for us. Please, let's celebrate her. Put your hands together, especially for her. It is not seated. Thank you for this honor. The cameraman captured it, ma, so this will go on air, so the world will see how you were celebrated. So distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a little away from speeches, we will celebration and honor for our royal fathers who are here and those who are represented. So our cultural troupe will be taking their first performance this morning. Please put your hands together for them as they come out.
very loud round of applause. With us here, of course, Her Excellency Erelubisi Fayemi, the woman that ensures that every woman shares the wrapper and ensure that every woman is covered. Thank you. Okay, we also have my brother here who's going to be speaking on policy and governance, Alhaji Bolaji Abdullahi. You are also very welcome. Distinguished Senator Olubumi Adetumbi, who's going to give us the legislative context, is also here. Please let's put our hands together for all the discussants.